Okay, guys, yes, we are going to look at how we can use reduction formula. The lesson is about usage of reduction formula. Kana, what do we use reduction formula for? What is the main aim of reduction formula? The aim of reduction formula is to reduce the angle or angles so that they are below 90 degrees. That is the main aim of reduction formula. We are going to reduce the angles so that they become what? Less than 90 degrees. So let me give you a simple scenario where we can use reduction formula. So let's say we have got sine 101. So we are looking at the trig ratio sine and the angle there is how much? 101. So now, if you are in trig class, you can tell that the angle 101 must be reduced using what we call reduction formula. Because the aim is to deal with angles that are below 90 degrees. In trigonometry, try by all means to work with angles that are below 90 degrees. So the fact that this one is above 90, we must reduce it. The question is, how do we reduce the angle 101 so that it becomes the angle below what? 90 degrees. We use reduction formula together with the cast diagram. So I'm going to say all student takes coffee. In the first quadrant, we have the angles between 0 and what? And 90. In the second quadrant, we have the angles between what? 90 and 180. In the third quadrant, we have angles between 180 and 270. Well, in the fourth quadrant, we are working with angles between what? 270 and 36. This is a cast diagram. All students takes coffee. Now, I want to reduce the angle 101. I'm going to take the angle 101, put it in the second quadrant. This angle is actually in the second quadrant because 101 is between 90 and what? And 180. Surely it's in the second quadrant. Which means that when I reduce the angle 101, I can use either 180 or I can use what? 90. Now, most of the time, let's work with 180. Okay? So we're going to say what? It's 180 minus, what can we subtract 180 with so that we get 101? Yes, so it's 180 minus 79. Which means the final answer now is going to be, what is going to be our final answer? Positive sign 79. Okay, the first thing that we do, we check the sign of a trig ratio. You have to check the sign of a trig ratio. You have to check whether your trig ratio is going to be positive or is going to be what? Negative. Now, 180 minus 79 is in the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, sign is positive. This trig ratio sign in the second quadrant is positive. So your answer is positive sine 79. So we reduced the angle 101. It is now below what? 90 degrees. From 101, we have how much? 79. So now I have one question that I want you guys to work with. It's from trial exam 2022. They are saying, we found using a calculator. We found using a calculator Write the following in terms of sine 11. Write the following in terms of sine 11. What is it that they want us to write in terms of sine 11? It was question 5, I mean. So they want you to write sine 191 in terms of sine 11. Try it. The idea is to use what we call reduction formula. The key idea or the key mathematical skill that we need to work with here, it's what we call reduction formula. They are saying without using a calculator, write the following in terms of sine 11. What is it that you must write in terms of sine 11? The first one is sine 191. They want you to write sine 191 in terms of sine 11. Without using a calculator, write the following in terms of sine 11. Write sine 191 in terms of what? Sine 11. Reduction formula. Tell me if you are done. You are done here, okay? Okay, that's correct. Correct. So let's do the corrections again. Or you are still working on it? Okay, we can do the corrections. One, I said angle if it's 90. Is to reduce it. Again? So the first thing that you must do, check in which quadrant it's 191. That's the first thing that you must do. Check in which quadrant it's 191. 191 is in which quadrant? It's in the third because it's between 180 and 270. So this is where we find 191. Now we can use 180 or we can use 270. But we advise you most of the time to work with 180 or 360 unless otherwise. Again? So now here I'm going to say sine 191. It's sine, I'm using 180. I'm going to say 180. Obviously I have to add 180 with something so that I get 191. What can I add 180 with? Good. So it's 180 plus 11. Now, the first step, check the sign of a trig ratio. Whether your answer must be positive or whether must be what? Negative. Now, 191 or your 180 plus 11, it's in the third quadrant. And in the third quadrant, this guy is negative. Sign in the third quadrant is negative. It is tan which is positive in this quadrant. So we are going to say my answer is negative sine 11. Yes. Which means sine 191 is what? Negative sine 11. Again? Yes. What about cos? Okay, let me give you the second one, 5.1.2. Can someone write this one? Sine, how much is it? I think it was 259. Yes. Yes. Okay, akidiyeso chili chakidiyeso. If sine 11 is equals to m, if sine 11 is equals to m, determine sine 259. Yes, sine 259. Yes, determine sine 259 in terms of m. in terms of what? M. I'm giving you 2 marks. 2 marks. If sine 11 is equals to M, determine sine 259 in terms of M. 2 marks. If sine 11 is M, what about sine 259? If sine 11 is M, what about sine 259? This is where you collect easy marks for trigonometry. This kind of questions, they are not going to be complicated. And this is where you take these 2 marks, 3 marks, which are easy. Because trigonometry can get complicated sometimes, but you have to look for the easy part of it. This is where it is easy. Sine 11 is M. What about what? Sine 259 in terms of M. Let's do it together. Let's do the corrections. What do you guys think? What must we do? 270 minus? Good, 11. The first thing that I will do, I will say, in which quadrant is 259? In which quadrant is 259? In which quadrant? Is in the third quadrant. 259 is in the third quadrant between 180 and what? And 270. Which means you have a right to use 180 and you also have a right to use what? 270. Because 259 imagaranga 180 to 270. Now level A. If you do this, if you say sine 180 plus, what can you get at? 79. Oh, 79. If you say 180 plus 79, if you say sine 180 plus 79, yes, you get 259. But the problem now is this angle here. It has got nothing to do with 11. Remember about sine 11 m. So when you express sine 259 in reduction formula, you have to try by all means to use 11. You are told about the angle 11. Sine 11, it's m. So here, you have to write sine 259 in such a way that it involves 11. So you say, this is sine 270 minus 11. I prefer this one. Again, they are both mathematically, I see the hand. They are both mathematically making sense. 180 plus 79 is 259. 270 minus 11 is 259. Remember, I said 259 is in the third quadrant. You can use either 180 or you can either use what? 270. This time around, I prefer 270 minus 11 because of this guy here. This angle 11 is what we have been provided with. Again? Yes. Yes, the given angle there, yes. Yes, it offer, yes, negative sine 79. Yes, yes. Yes, in negative sign, you are right. What you are doing is right, again. But the first step, try by all means to use the angle which has been what? Given. After all, what you are doing is right. But if possible, try to involve the angle right away. You see you are given 11. So you say sine 270 minus 11. Still going to give you 259 again. Now, what do? You check the sign. What is the sign of our trig ratio? What's going to be the sign? Negative. Again, now because of 270, the trig ratio sign is going to change. The trig ratio sign will change to its core function. What is the core function of sine? It's cos. So your answer is negative cos 11. I get it? Negative cos 11. Is it making sense up to this part? That sine 270 minus 11 is what? Negative cos 11. But now, I think we still have to carry on. We are not yet done. Negative cos 11. Remember, they want the answer in terms of m. Cos 11 in terms of m. Kibukai. We have sine 11 in terms of what? M. So we want to know about cos 11. What are you going to do? Sine 11, it's m. What about cos 11? So sine 11 m. What about cos 11? This is interesting. There are actually, I've got two approaches to this problem. I want to know about cos 11. We know that sine 11 is m. What about cos 11? Okay, you can also do this, level. Cos 11 and sine 11. We can do this. We can say sine squared 11. I don't want to confuse you. Make sure that you are paying attention. We know that sine squared 11 plus cos squared 11 is 1. This is what we call the square identity. Hokabona sine ili squared, re-add cos ili squared. Mola the angles na di tswana. Just know what this is going to be what? 1. So sine squared 11 plus cos squared 11 is 1. Again, back to the problem. Kana kitsiba or sine 11 ki m. Kinyaka utsiba kang cos 11. So what you are going to do here, if you are looking for cos 11, make it the subject of the formula. So you take sine squared 11 to the right hand side. You say, yes, cos squared 11 is 1 minus sine squared 11. Now we put the square root what? Both sides. We say plus or minus. Again, I want to know cos 11 is what? 1 minus sine squared 11. Therefore, cos 11 is 1 minus sine 11. Remember, it's m. So it's m squared. So cos 11 is the square root of 1 minus m squared. You seem confused. Okay, level. This is easy. When sine 16 is p. Determine cos 16. There are many ways to approach this problem. Again, sine 16 is p. Determine cos 16 in terms of p. You just say sine squared 16 plus cos squared 16 is 1. Then, because you are looking for cos 16, on this equation, you have to make it the subject of the formula. You are going to commence by saying cos squared 16 equals to, you take sine squared 16 to the right. 1 minus sine squared 16. Now, because you are looking for cos 16, not cos squared, you have to put the square root both sides, which means cos 16 is going to be plus or minus 1 minus sine squared 16. Actually, cos 16 is positive 1 minus sine squared 16. It can't be negative because cos 16 is in the first quadrant and all trig ratios in the first quadrant are positive. So whether we have 1 cos 16, it's 1 minus sine squared 16. And we know that sine 16 keep p. So we say 1 minus p squared. So what are cos 16 is the square root of 1 minus p squared. And they love this problem. So anytime they might bring it in your Excel. Yeah, you'll get full marks. That's why I said there are two approach to the problem. Again, you can approach it using a square identity, or you can use the diagram. Right. We'll look at it actually. For now, just try if sine 21 is t, determine cos 21 in terms of t. Try it. Sine 21 is t, determine cos 21 in terms of t. Sine 21 is t, determine cos 21 in terms of t. Sine 21 is t, determine cos 21 in terms of t. Okay, if you are using the square identity, you are going to do this. You're going to say sine squared 21 plus cos squared 21, it's 1. It's a square identity. Now, you try by all means to make cos 21 the subject of the formula. So cos 21 is the root of 1 minus sine squared 21. Therefore, cos 21 is the root of 1 minus, remember sine 21 is t. So what are sine squared 21 is t squared. Okay? Differently, let's see, maybe if we try to use the diagram. Let's try to use a right angle triangle and see if we can get the same answer. We know that here we must have 90 degrees if it's a right angle triangle. Again? And we have the reference angle 21. So let me put here how much? 21. Now, obviously this angle actually is going to be, can't be 79, 69. Because all angles in a triangle must add up to how much? 1/8. Again? Now, we are told that sine 21 is t. I want you to think of this as t over 1. Sine 21 is t over 1. And we know that sine of an angle is opposite over hypotenuse from the word SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. What is my opposite? My opposite is t. What is my hypotenuse? My hypotenuse is 1. So I have to find the adjacent using the theorem of Pythagoras. Theorem of Pythagoras says hypotenuse squared is equals to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. We are saying the hypotenuse is 1 squared. Opposite we are saying is t squared plus what? Adjacent squared. Now we will try to solve for adjacent. We take t to the left, again. So you've got what? 1 minus t squared is equals to adjacent squared. Actually, the adjacent will be the root of 1 minus t squared. It's my adjacent. Which means now we can find cos 21 because cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. My adjacent is this one, 1 minus t squared. What is my hypotenuse? 1. So what are cos 21 is this. Agree it's adjacent over hypotenuse. You are dividing that by 1, it won't change. So that is your answer. If sine 21 is t, cos 21 is root of 1 minus t squared. Now do this one. This one is interesting. If sine 11 is m, determine cos 22 in terms of m. I'm giving you 3 marks for this one. If sine 11 is m, determine cos 22 in terms of m. If sine 11 is m, what can we say about what? Cos 22. And you still remember I said, try by all means to involve the angle which has been provided. I get about sine 11. And when you have cos 22. What our cos 22 ye? Manipulate in such a way that you are using what? This guy here. You've been told about angle 11. So try by all means to write 22 in terms of 11. What is it going to be? This is very interesting. Sine 11 is m. What about cos 22? And guys, please put more effort in this topic of trigonometry. It's going to be there with a lot of marks. Just in case you are struggling with Euclidean, you cannot afford to struggle with Euclidean and also with trigonometry. If you are struggling with both, it's going to be a serious issue when you are writing your paper too. So you must have, between these two, make sure that you know the other one very well. And on the other one, you go and collect marks there and there. So trigonometry, I believe, it's not that complex. So it's why I want you guys to collect marks. Sine 11, it's m. What about what? Cos 22. Try by all means to use the angle which has been provided. Okay, this is how we approach this one. This one, I will say, look at the relationship The relationship of the angles. The relationship of what? The angles. The angle 22, it is double the angle 11. Do you see it? Papa 22 key 11 rabbit. So you can do this. You can say this is cos 2 times 11. This is how you get your 22. You use the 11 which has been given. Again, you just say 22 is 11 twice. So it's 2 times what? 11. It means now, level Hupulaga cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is a double angle. Again, it's a double angle of what? Of cos. And guys, cos 2 theta ilikana little theta. Ilikana cos squared theta minus sine squared theta. Ya theta yalikana le ngape? 1 minus cos. Yalikana le 2 cos squared theta minus 1. Ya theta yalikana le ngape? 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Ke cos 2 theta again. So ora gore le cos 211 ilikana le lo tshetse tharo tse. What are cos 211? I'm going to write it in terms of sine. What are you bang? 1 minus 2 sine squared 11. Agree 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. It means this one is 1 minus 2 sine squared 11. So it means you are going to have 1 minus 2 m squared. Agree sine 11 is m. So that is sine squared 11 m squared. So this is your final answer. You are confused. Okay, you must first understand the double angle. Cos 2 theta. In terms of sine. In terms of sine, cos 2 theta. This one is there on your formula sheet. In terms of sine, it's 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Cos 2 theta, it's 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Which means that cos 211, it's 1 minus 2 sine squared. Here we were saying theta. It means here we will say what? 11. So cos 22 is the same as 1 minus 2 sine squared 11. And we know that sine 11 is m. This guy is m. So we're going to have 1 minus 2 m squared. So cos 22, it's 1 minus 2m squared. Try it on. Try to do it. Let's say sine 16 is q. Determine cos 32 in terms of q. Yes, so you can tell me what you guys have done. Cos 32, what did you do? What did you do to cos 32? You said it's what? Cos, yes, cos 2 times 16. You are right. Cos 2 times 16. Now, let us write it in terms of sine. 2 times 16 in terms of sine, it's what? 1 minus 2 sine squared 16. Therefore, 1 minus 2 sine 16 QQ. What are sine squared 16? QQ squared. This is your final answer. 1 minus 2Q squared. Okay? Do this. Write on your heading area September 2024 Limpopo. September 2024 Limpopo. This is a trial exam. September 2024 Limpopo. Let's see if you're going to collect this 9 marks. Easy 9 marks here. They are saying if cos 12 is equals to m. If cos 12 is equals to m, determine the value of the following in terms of m. Determine the value of following in terms of m. One, they want to know about cos negative 12 in terms of m. Number 2, they want to know about cos 72 in terms of m. Lastly, they want to know about cos 6 in terms of m. So max allocation, it is 2, 3, 4. 9 marks. Let's see how much you get out of 9. Yes. September 2024 Limpopo question. If cos 12 is m, determine the value of the following in terms of m. They want to know about cos into the angle negative 12. They want to know about cos 72. They want to know about cos 6. If you are done, you will raise your hand. Please don't get 0. It is better that the problem challenge you now rather in the exam. In the exam, you must be aware of how you can approach it. So this is the right time for the preparation. In your exam, you must be having an idea of how to approach the problem. So the first one is cos into the angle -12. How do you solve this one? And we want it in terms of what? M. Cos into the angle -12. In terms of M, it's what? If you are done, you can raise a hand. Then I come and see your work. And try by all means to get it right, because you are preparing yourself for the exam. Believe that you can do it. You must believe that you can be able to do it. Oh, done. Okay, let us look at the angle -12 on the cast diagram. Let us look at this angle -12 in the cast diagram. In which quadrant is this angle -12? The angles between 0 and 90 are in the first quadrant, which means that actually angle 12 is in the first quadrant. 12 is in the first quadrant because it's between 0 and 90. But the angles between 0 and -90, they are in the fourth quadrant. If you move like this, we say you are moving anti-clockwise. From 0 to 90, it's anti-clockwise. But if you move clockwise, you are moving with negative angles, which means that from 0 to -90, we are in the fourth quadrant. Which means that -12 is in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, this guy cos is positive. So this means that cos -12 is the same as cos 12. Because cos -12, the trig ratio must be positive. And you can even press it on your calculator. You can try it. You can say cos into -12. It will give you a positive answer. So it means cos into -12, it is positive cos 12. It is not negative cos 12. If you are thinking it's going to be like this, it's wrong. It's positive cos 12. Why? Because -12 is in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, the trig ratio cos is positive. It's all students takes coffee. Cos is in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So cos -12 is the same as cos 12. And really more another cos 12 king M. So what are cos into negative 12? It's m. It's not negative m. It's m. Now let's go for the second one. Let's go for 72. Okay, I said try by all means to use this angle here. So cos 72, where is the angle 72? Where is this angle 72? First quadrant. Again, if we go to the first quadrant, we can only use 90. So you can think of cos 72 as cos 90 minus what? 20. Give guys 28. 18. Okay, cos 90 minus what? 18. But I have a challenge now. This 18 is not 12. Again, this is mathematically acceptable. You can think of cos 72 as cos 90 minus 18. But it is not clear that it will help us to solve the problem, this approach. Again, so if it gets complicated, involve the right angle triangle. Let's involve the right angle triangle and see what will happen. The angle here is how much? 90. What is the angle here? 12. Yes, it's our reference angle. What is the angle here? It's how much? 78. Okay, so they gave me cos 12. 78. $90 minus. No, remember we are working with 72. If we say 90, it's going to be 90 minus what? 90 minus 18, how much you get? You get 72. Cos 60 plus 12. Or you are involving the special angle. Okay, cos 60 plus 12. Not bad. After all, 60 plus 12 is 72. Again. $78, 12. It is 78 minus 12. How much you get? 66. Okay. Yeah. The first thing, level N, when we work with this angle 72 again, you can try to use the angles inside what? Inside the triangle. Again. So sometimes I think this is a bit challenging. Sometimes you won't be able to use the angles inside the triangle because I tried to use these angles inside. They are not giving me 72. Even if you add these two, they won't give you 72. Even if you subtract them, you won't get what? 72. Even if you think of saying cos, R11, it's cos. We said it's 90 minus what? 90 minus 18, again, which is the same as what? How much is cos 90 minus 18? How much is what? No, popular kichwa cos 72. Akenya kubuela mra. Cos 72, it's cos 90 minus 18. If you simplify it, what you get? Sine 18. Again, sine 18. And we don't even see 18 inside. Again, inside the right angle triangle, we don't have what? 18. I think this one it's more challenging. You are going to need more time to spot it. He did manage to spot it. It was not going to be easy, this one. You can even write NB. Please practice with it when you prepare for your exam, right? Because you have to do whatever that you can. So sometimes you will need to involve the special angles. So I agree that cos 72 is what? Cos 60 plus 12. Yeah, it's going to, now it's getting more complex. Once we say 60 plus 12, it gets more complex. What are you going to do now? Yeah? Compound angles again. So it's going to be what? Cos 60 times cos 12. If it's positive, it's going to be what? Negative. Minus sine 60 times what? Sine 12. Again. What is cos 60? You can press it on your calculator. What is cos 60? 1 over 2. What is cos 12? M. Minus, what is sine 60? What is sine 60? What is sine 60? Square root of 3 over 2. What is sine 12? What is sine 12? Eh? Yeah, but which means sine 12 is going to be root of what? 1 minus m squared. But now I doubt the max allocation. How much was the max? No, I doubt my approach, to be honest. Because the final answer is going to be what? M minus 3 times 1 is 3 again. 3 minus 3m squared all over 2. Which is, yeah, we leave it like that. For now, let's just use that one. I will go and I doubt the max allocation, but the answer is right. I will look if there is any other approach. It's tricky because it involves the special angle, and that's what they will do for you in the exam. They will try by all means to trick you. Okay, if cos 12 is equals to m, determine cos 66. Please do this one. If cos 12 equals to m, determine cos 66. Huh? Cos 6. This one I think is going to be simple. Again, is it not simple? Oh, because that one is 12, this one is 6. How did you do this one of cos 6? Okay, let's put this one number 4. Let's say it's what? Cos 66. Cos 12 is what? It's m. What is the relationship of the angles? What is the relationship of the angles? Yeah, you can do this, Bob. We're going to verify cos 12. Agree what are cos 12 km? TLH. You know what cos 12 km again? So you can do this. You can say cos 2 times 6 km. Agree 2 times 6 is 12. So you are saying cos 2 times 6 is what? It's m. Then this is a double angle. You can write it as what? 2 cos squared 6 minus 1. It's m. 2 cos squared 6 minus 1 is m. Then you say what? 2 cos squared 6 is m plus 1. Cos squared 6 is m plus 1 divided by what? By 2. You divide both sides by 2. You want to make cos 6 the subject of the formula. So your answer is m plus 1 over 2. It's root of m plus 1 over 2. You just write it down so that you discuss with your friends and you also come and ask me where you face some challenge. Not all the time they will be easy. There will be easy question mixed with complex question. They will try by all means to challenge you. So they want to know the value of cos 6. What did they give you? Cos 12. So you see there is a relationship between these two angles. They have to do with the double angle. 12, it's 6 twice. So you say it's cos 6 twice. And you think of this as a double angle of cos. Just like we know that cos 2 theta is 2 cos squared theta minus 1. So cos 2 times 6 is 2 cos squared 6 minus 1. Then you try by all means to make what? Cos 6 the subject of the formula. Because that's what they are looking for. Cos 6 is the square root of m plus 1 over 2. These ones, they are a bit challenging. You might get them in your exam. It's where you need to prepare yourself now. They won't bring everything so simple. Okay, let's finish with this one. Cos 66, try it. Let it be our last answer. Try cos 66. Try cos 66. Let it be our last problem. Typical would make use of a right angle triangle. Involve the right angle triangle. I have a feeling that they might bring something like this one. I once seen it in one of the paper. It's a bit challenging if you have never seen it before. So please be careful. They might bring it in your exam. And don't give up so fast. Try by all means to get it right. It's not so easy, but you can do it. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, you said 90 minus 24. That's right. Which is sine 20? 90 minus 24 is 66. Okay, sine 24. Sine 212, you're right. 2 sine 12 cos 12. Cos 12 it's m. Sine 12. Oh, yeah, yeah. So it's, yeah, you are right. Okay, there are two ways to do this one. I get level A. You are solving what? Cos 66. Baufile cos 12. They said cos 12 is what? It's M. Okay, we know that cos 66, we can write it this way. We can say it's cos 90 minus 24. You agree with me? 66 is 90 minus what? 24. That's one of the approach. The other approach, you could have said, level N, you could have said it is cos, uberekisha the angle straight in the triangle. You have got 78, you have got 12. So you can say 78 minus 12 will still give you 66. But I will prefer this one. Again, you are going to say cos 90 minus 24. This one, I want you to pika answer because uberekisha 24 yeba sa ufanyi ona ba kufile kaimu 12. Marwa tiba 24 ye actually ki 12 ye kabit. So ukona kubonela pila again. So now you are going to have what? Cos 90 minus 24, it is sine 24. Now, this is sine, you know 24 is 2 times what? 12. So this is a double angle. It becomes what? 2 sine 12 cos 12. Then you substitute cos 12. Cos 12 kibukai km. You substitute sine 12. Then cos 12 in m. Sine 12 actually is the square root of 1 minus m squared. So this is your answer. It's 2m into square root of 1 minus m squared. It's what you got. Did you get 2m into square root of 1 minus m squared? Yes. So there was two ways. You can say 78 minus 12. Mara itu nyakausiba ubereka kali compound angles. So I prefer this one. 90 minus 24 is 66, which is the same as sine 24, which means that 24, it is 212. You write it in terms of what? In terms of a double angle. Go and practice these things that we're working with. So that our next time we meet, we're going to do something different. Any question? Yeah, I can see that you guys are